we decided to finish each other's sketches.
Yes.
So this first one is me. I had no idea what this was supposed to be. So I asked you, and you're like, no, you figure it out. Use your imagination.
Because I gave you a sketch. I gave you some shapes to work with.
No, but like, in my mind, a sketch is a sketch of something. Like
right.
I guess a finished sketch.
Well, now that I can't taint you, what I was going to draw is a monster looming over an adventurer down on one knee on lower ground.
Oh, that's basically what I did. And I did it twice.
You did it twice?
I did, because this was the this was the first one. Because initially I saw mountains, but I was like, well, what if they're waves instead? So then I put him in a raft, and and decided, he's gonna be in beach wear, which means just, swim trunks, and he's gonna look horrified because he was just relaxing on the waves. He was having a good time, and then this thing is coming out of the water.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This is around when you came over and said, oh, is that some, sexy? It's like, no one is having a sexy time.
It looks like someone could have a sexy time.
Some people are into that.
At this point.
Absolutely, some people could be into that.
Oh, okay, he got bigger.
He did get bigger. And he got smaller. Just to really show, one's closer to us, one's farther away, and, we're looking down. And, this is not the way to do this kind of coloring job, but I did it. Just erased him so that I could then color beneath the raft itself.
Well, okay.
Yeah. I did background I did a lot of things in the opposite direction I would normally do. But yeah, I wanted him to just be kind of a cool beach guy who was not expecting this nonsense today.
He's just on a raft.
Yeah.
For reasons.
Yeah, he's just, he decided, hey, I'm gonna paddle out and maybe get lost, and maybe a hot lifeguard is going to have to rescue me, and this is what came instead.
Instead, a demon skeleton rose out of the water.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking maybe the demon skeleton is oil.
Ooh.
Like it's some kind of pollution-based demon.
Well, it's just an oil slick that forms up into stuff. That's
yeah. Neat. So, this is my first concept for...
Do we see the second one?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, you see the second one.
So what you're saying is that my mind inspired you in multiple ways.
Yeah.
So I did a good job giving you a sketch.
I still wouldn't call it a sketch.
What?
I
it was the sketchiest sketch.
I've got more like those exercises where you do a shape, and then you hand the shape to someone else and they finish it. I mean, that was effectively what you handed me, but I think I did it, and I still understood looping monster.
Yeah.
So I did it again, this time with my original idea, which was maybe those are mountains. I don't know what you were thinking that would look like.
I feel like a craggy sort of, like a Mordor looking.
And instead of someone on their knee, I did that they were being pushed off a cliff.
Oh, alright, a little scar action going on.
Yeah, so instead of a monster, it's just a douchebag. And first he was going to be like, oh, I can't hear you, are you asking for help? This guy's falling to his doom. But then I decided to make it slightly more malicious, and he's blowing a kiss.
Oh, that is good.
So I just made him really terrified, and the other guy.
Wow, look, you got to add so much imagination to the things I provided for you.
This was hard. You made this very hard, but
no one asked you to do it twice. Acting like I'm the instigator. You did it twice.
I did the first one too fast. I wasn't happy with it. And I'm not entirely thrilled about this one either, but I like the concept better.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of like the concept of both, just for different reasons.
Yeah.
And, yeah, the coloring is more straightforward for this one. In both of them, there's a blonde. But, yeah, this one, the blonde is the bad guy. Rather than the beach guy. And I gave this, weird...
With a purple sweater?
Yeah, weird, turtleneck situation.
How gauche.
It goes black, but it's still a little turtleneck situation.
Oh, he's Steve Jobs in it.
Yeah.
You got a little midriff going on? You got a little midriff going on there.
A little bit. See, so does he, but because he's
I love the facial expression.
It's just all eyeball.
The facial expression's so good.
And I did leave it kind of sketchy. I did the line art in gray. I don't know why. I was just going for stuff.
I also did a thing with my line art that you'll see.
Oh. That's exciting. Where did he go? Oh, because I wanted to, because I wanted to do the background, and then realized that I couldn't actually figure out where the holes were, so I just did it in the other way, the reversed way. So I could do the sky separately. And then the mountains. And to try to show that that's, like, really far down.
Yeah.
Some little shadows. And even worse. And yeah, so that was my second concept.
Very nice.
So either way,
it's very like a still from like Dragon's Quest.
Yeah, so I did understand that there was a bad thing and something else underneath. But I interpreted it two vastly different ways.
I like both.
Thank you. And I give you probably too much information.
Yes. I was gonna wait until, but you gave me basically a finished drawing.
Because I tried to make it sketchy, but I really liked the pose, and I was like, oh no, I gave you a finished pose that I really liked.
Yeah, you gave me a good finished pose, but like I didn't like. I was a little bit like, how do I make this my own? And I was just like, I just have to like enhance what she's given me because changing it is gonna make it worse.
Well, that was kind of what I was going for with the prompt, to be honest. Was that we would literally just finish each other's like drawings.
Well, yours was already drawn. Like, I don't really mess with your line work at all. Like, all your lines are where they're supposed to be, and if I change them, it's wrong.
Oh, you could have, though. You could have played.
No. No.
You enhanced.
It was done. All the lines were done. I basically just traced it and then the color. I did things with the color, though.
I'm
happy with the color in the background, but this part I'm just like, I'm not changing basically anything about what you gave me. I changed where the hand was just so the arm wasn't too long, but that's it.
Oh, you gave her great hands. Wonderful hands.
Because she's, A, I can't draw actual proportioned hands, and B, she's obviously a monster. Her feet are different, her head is different, so I made her hands different. Her hands are somewhat longer and less constricted by bones, let's say.
And you gave her a nice stool. I said, I gave her just like a blob, so
I was
please
thinking
give her a
about.
background.
I was thinking like how much I want to change it because originally I was like maybe I'll make her a much smaller part of the scene, push her into the background, put her on a piano, and do this whole like alien bar thing, and then I'm just like that is way too much work. Because then I have to have alien bar patrons.
But instead we're like flirting with her.
Yeah.
Like that's the vibe I'm getting. That we're flirting.
Yeah.
I like they both went with a pink.
Yeah.
That's good. Her mouth is terrifying.
Well, you did two
She's
rows
smiling.
of teeth, so I tried to be earnest
See,
to that.
I just did a scribble. You interpreted it as two rows of teeth, so that worked out.
They both work.
But yeah, for 2 seconds and just whipping it out, it's like when you do a really beautiful.
Wow, what you just described as a crime.
When you, it didn't flash anyway. No, when you do like a really detailed drawing on like a piece of lined paper and then you try to recreate it elsewhere and it's just garbage. That's effectively what I did with her, because like she was supposed to not be effort, and then the legs wound up really nice.
Yeah,
it's like I know.
No, the whole pose was great. It was just like I want to change anything. I'll make it worse. So I just enhanced. So
enhance, zoom and enhance.
Yeah. So I picked some colors. She is like the pinkish, like purplish alien,
which I like.
Shows some bold contrasting colors. I do like what I did with her drink and the shading of the bar scene.
Mm-hmm. And she does have a boob window.
Yep. I did like grayish red lines.
Yeah.
So her little black dress, which is just a very dark blue dress, really pops.
Yeah, no, I liked the colors you're using.
Yeah.
That was a very smart move. What is her name?
Kashira?
Kashira. I like
Kashira.
that. And the shoes, that's very funny to me. See, that was a different interpretation. Rather than like full on, goat legs at the bottom, she has these shoes that imply that she has like 2 toes.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the idea of fashion for someone who has hooves.
Yeah. She got that unfashionable boob window.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cryptid but make of fashion.
Yeah.
I love this stool.
Cryptid to fuck.
Well, that's Tumblr. They'd say they all do.
Mothman can get it.
Well, you ever see that one statue of him?
With the butt?
Yeah, with the butt.
Yeah, I knew exactly what you're talking about.
The very
Mothman doesn't skip fucking squats.
Yeah, very detailed butt. Oh, I like the color difference you did on the inside of the hoof too.
Yeah.
No, this is great.
I really like what I did with the color. So wait till you see what I did, because I do fun things with like the drink in the background. So I also give her some shading too. Right now she's very flat, but there's a bunch of layers left.
She's looking right at us.
So I gave her a proper alien drink where it's two-toned. There's a straight.
What do you think the flavor is of that?
I think it shifts.
Yeah.
I think halfway through, like it shifts between like some sort of berry to some sort of melon.
That sounds nice. That sounds summery.
Yeah.
Oh man, she's flirting.
Yeah. I tried to get it so the bar has like an underlight going, but my line isn't exactly the straightest, so I had to figure it out.
That's alright. I dig it.
And then the other bar is still top lit. I could have drawn in a whole like shelf full of booze and stuff, but again, I was just like, it's a lot of work. I'm not great repetitive background, so that I throw too much because I get too into it and I can't let it go.
We could throw this one back and forth a little bit if you wanted to.
Yeah, we can.
Like if she should be maybe an NPC in something.
I could add to your second one. I could add more too.
Like that might be worth going back and forth and just like seeing how far things can be pushed.
Maybe one more of these. We'll just pass it back and see.
Yeah.
Because your ideas gave me ideas now.
So, we both have access to the same folder. We could just play with things. And I could add bar background.
So one thing I'd go back and do differently is I shade the pink and then I go back and shade the blue, and I should have treated it like one object.
Just do like a multiply layer?
Yeah. I should.
Is it on a separate layer?
Yeah, the shade and the shine is on a different layer. So you have the shade layer and a shine layer.
So you still could. Or I could.
Also, it's a well-lit bar, so you can see the shadows are like a little bit shadowy from above, but they're also not necessarily darker.
Right.
Because there's also light sources from underneath. So this is not a dimly lit bar.
No.
This is a nice bar.
Yeah, this isn't a dive bar.
I use just the dark to push back the back legs, put on some shine, and then I just smudge up that.
Yeah. No, I love her. I've already forgotten her name.
Kashira. I think that was it.
Maybe. But I love her, and I think that...
She's a little bit shiny. She's not Shelly. She's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, and there she is.
Oh, she's so good. Yeah, she might need to be an NPC in something.
Yeah. Do a little space program.
But yeah, so should we do this again? Any thoughts from the audience? Leave them in the comments below.
Whose sketch is correct? Whose interpretation of what a sketch is correct?
I think it's probably between the two somewhere.
I did too little, you did too much.
But rock on.
Rock on.